arrow functions may look like magic at first, but they are not that much different than what you are used to with regular old functions. Over here, I have two examples. I have a no arrow function, and I have a with arrow function. You may notice that they look a little bit different. This one has a keyword of function, and this one has a little arrow. But if we run those, we see they behave the same way. They both return a string. If we wanted to slim down this with arrow even a little bit more, we can pass in parentheses instead of those curly braces. And when we use the parentheses, we don't need that return keyword anymore. So if we run that over here, we still get the same result. We can even slim this down a little bit more by getting rid of these parentheses. We would use these parentheses if this was more than, if what we were needing to do with it was more than one line. But if we could fit it all on one line, we can slim that down to the max. Run that, and we still get the same behavior. We can pass in parameters with these arrow functions. So, if we were to pass in time, we will return our new parameter. When we only have one parameter with an arrow function, we do not need these parentheses. And with our function down here, we actually have to pass in that parameter. So let's open with a good morning, and we will close with a good night. Run that, and our function behaves the exact same way, except the arrow function is a lot cleaner looking. Somewhere where you might see this in the wild is if you were to pass a function as a parameter to another function. A common function that you would do that with is the mapping of an array. So we see that we have our array, we call map, we need to pass a function into our map. This is what it looks like without it. It says, hey, I need a callback function. Bam, you just passed in an entire function and it looks pretty clean. We run that and it works. So the big takeaway to take away from this is to get familiar with these arrow functions. You will see them everywhere, and a lot of times they are scattered in with old functions, and it looks a little sloppy, but you will run into that.